Myślałem,
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Today, we're here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action out on the course. And Frank, what can you tell us about Wolf Creek?
It's a mesmerizing layout. You can see from above, Rich, in amongst all these sort of canyon areas and boulders and that. I've never really seen a golf course like this. It's like Disneyland for the golfers. It's phenomenal, and each hole has a totally different look. It's hard to imagine you can build a golf course in an area like this.
And now we go down to the first hole. Warm-ups are done, first two rounds in the book, and Frank, this is where careers are made, on the weekends at these kinds of championships.
This is also what you hope for too in professional golf. You know you've got your good stuff. We've seen that through the first 2 days. Put yourself in a great position. Just 36 holes to go. You're looking at that first hole and what the weekend might unfold. That's the beauty of this game.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Just a case of the hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. And getting ready for the putt. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday.
Great start.
Frank, you need to be a bit of a rock climber just to get to this second tee. 445-yard hole. What a view. That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. What a shot. I mean, almost in. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Has it for another birdie. 2 holes, 2 birdies. Frank, 227 yards from the back tee here at the par 3 third. This is all you want.
Oh, that's for sure. Plays a little longer than that too by virtue of playing uphill. Thin air might negate some of that. There's going to be a good shot just to keep the ball on the green. One of the smaller greens here. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really It was a rather poor approach shot.
Looks like he just misread that.
Really. This is that awkward length. Oh, another one goes in.
Here at the fourth, 383 yards from the back tee. It's a dogleg right, but Frank, looking at all of those bunkers, you could really make a mess of this hole if you stray.
You can. That's why you've got to simplify it. Just something there that's going to find the fairway. Even like 3-wood and a wedge, that's really all this hole's going to require. Avoid the canyons on the left and in the desert, as well as just, I don't know how many bunkers there is on the right side. So a little bit of fairway up the left, find that there, and really, you should be looking at a birdie putt.
Good chance to make birdie here, Frank, as we get set for the approach here at the fourth hole.
The fourth green, as you can see, is set in a little bit of a bowl with that backdrop behind it. Really, the biggest problem is if you come up short that false front, it does feed off the right and the left side there. So, shot not quite hit as well as you would like, can still kick towards the flag.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. This one measures out to 15 feet. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Now to the par 5 fifth hole. Cut it over the ridge here, Frank.
Well, if you can, if you dare. And there is actually a stream here. I know we're in the middle of a desert, but if you can clear that stream, that's the main thing. This is a crazy-looking tee shot because it looks like you want to go down that canyon area, but if you don't know the exact distance you fly the ball, then you're going to be in lots and lots of problems. Those collection of 3 bunkers down the right side, as long as you can avoid that, then that second shot to this par 5, that's not overly long, it's just under 500 yards, is certainly reachable. Second shot will play uphill to a elevated green with, once again, 3 different levels.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
Big swing right there. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. We're in the desert, partner. I need water.
You're going to get it here, Rich. Par 5 second hole's got a nice stream that runs down the left side as well.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super. Long just meant longer. I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. These putts keep the round together. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So just a formality here. Good effort and good par putt. Now on to the par 4 7th hole. Is this a reachable par 4, Frank?
Distance-wise, you would think so, but the designer has done something to avoid that, and it's put all this water in front of the green. It would take a mammoth tee shot, and that's something like 300 yards through the air if you're going to try and even drive this green. Is the risk worth it? Well, if you're just playing with your friends, maybe it is. Otherwise, you just lay it up, just past those those bunkers on the right and the left. Get it down there on the flat. A little pitch, you would think is simple, but because of the slope of this fairway, chances are you might not get a flat line, and it's going to make that second shot a lot much harder.
Frank, our featured player, a bit wobbly of late. This is an important approach shot.
It is. Time to just hit the brakes, do a little reset. Things aren't completely lost yet. Start to get back to that positive frame of mind.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here. Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Frank, I really like this hole, the par 3/8 here at Wolf Creek.
It measures just under 250 yards. Really what you want to know is, though, is the yardage just to the front edge of the green. Anything, obviously, that carries sort of 5 or 6 paces on there, then at least you've got a relatively big green to hit at. But you can see the trouble that surrounds short and left of this green, as well as just over the back.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. It's no snack, though.
Frank, he took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Finishing up this front side here at the par 4 9th, 390 yards. And what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, it looks relatively straightforward, but it's anything other than that. Decision time again. Do you lay it up into that wide area of the fairway? If you're a longer hitter and you are out here to have a little bit of fun, then maybe you want to take the head cover off because you get a little bit of an advantage if you can drive it over that last bunker on that right side, or at least take that out of play, because you're only going to have a short pitch in here.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, straight uphill with this approach shot, what do you have to factor in terms of club selection and setup over the ball?
We're going to have to take at least an extra club to make up for that added elevation. And also, it's tougher to get onto that front foot.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Good putt. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Gave that the full treatment. Get up. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, what has stood out for you watching this player into these wins?
A lot of smart decisions, not trying to fight the win, using it, and really just a lot of good strikes, one after the other.
This one looks right on point. Birdie try up next. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Well done. We're here at the downhill par 3 11th hole. Frank, it's 215 yards from the back tee.
This hole certainly is not for the faint of heart. When you look at that tee shot, you think, oh my God, what do I do from here? But remind yourself, it's 215 yards and really only about 160, 170 yards to green grass again. But it's 215 yards. That should be the club that you're trying to pick. Green's big enough, just persuade yourself. Try not to look at the canyon in the desert. There is a green down there. The hole is playable.
Safely aboard. Locked in on the read and the speed. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Now to the par 5 12. Pretty big hole with a really big green.
And a really good blue area to the left, called water there. That's to be avoided off this tee, that's for sure. A good drive that avoids all of that. And then the hole is certainly reachable, but as you can see, water creeps in again, back right on this hole. So just don't get too cavalier here. A 5 wouldn't be the worst score. I know you want better, but believe me, seen many a 6s and 7s racked up here at 12. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. It is in the hole for a birdie. 13th hole here at Wolf Creek, and Frank, anyone can say, oh, I'm going to take this one over the trees. But very few can stand up and say, I'm flying this baby clear over the mountains.
Yeah, if you take the direct route, obviously it's going to be much shorter than the 350 yards that it's measured as a dogleg right. So the direct line, well, I don't want to tell you the exact yardage because it might give you too much of a clue, but it might be worth taking. It's going to be a blind tee shot, though, and you're not quite sure on the outcome. So, Frank, a perfect lie right here, and now this gives him a chance to take the next step, which is get after this hole location. Yeah, so many more options now, and basically it's just going to come down to club selection now. This is absolutely perfect. This is one where he can get a reward from. No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Really solid strike. 14th hole here at Wolf Creek. Time to pull out the driver and as well the phone because you want to take some pictures here. What a spectacular view. Stunning. You can see a whole panoramic sort of 360 degrees right around this golf course. Then when you flick back and actually look at the 14th hole, there's 6 bunkers, 3 really in play with the tee shot, as you can see, the other 3 just up by the green. Anything to the right of those is preferred, unless you want to be playing your second shot out of the canyon or the bunkers. Green should be fairly receptive, and 3 distinct portions, which is sort of a common trait here at Wolf Creek. That's sort of 3 different tier levels and that. But let's see, birdies are to be made at Wolf Creek, maybe even one here.
The approach here at 14, what do you like, Frank?
Well, it's a dogleg right to left, and the green is also shaped that way, Rich, so it suits a draw off the tee, and it's going to suit a draw coming in. And that draw you're going to get by virtue of the fairway that slopes from right to left, which encourages that shape of shot. And you should be able to use the natural contours of this green. And work it out, you're going to be rewarded.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the short par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. What is this, Frank? Just a wedge or a 9-iron?
That's all, Rich, but it's very tempting to get greedy here. And, well, you pay the price, obviously, if you miss the green on the left down on those bunkers, because they're, well, a good 6-7 feet below the level of the green. But with a wedge or a 9-iron, who doesn't go aiming at the flag?
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
Second shot.
Everybody loves them. Birdie on the card. Short par 4, 16th hole, measures only 393 yards. But Frank, as is the case with pretty much every hole, despite the yardage, there's plenty of trouble.
It does. It plays tricks on the mind's eye here. It looks like it's a dogleg going one way, then back the other way. But really, it's built as a straight hole just across the canyon. And that's the way you've got to play it. I don't think you can drive the green, even the longest hitters at 393 yards. But just a nice drive down there. Take the bunkers on, get it past there. And before you know it, you've got a little wedge in here, and it should set up nicely for a birdie.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
So a tester from 4 feet. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the 17th, par 5 here at Wolf Creek Golf Club.
Yeah, dogleg left. Tee shot obviously has to be played short of that creek down there. It's still going to be a reachable hole, even though this hole's sort of around the 550, 560 mark. But because you've got to play short of that stream, it's going to leave a lengthy second shot, and you've got to get the distance right on the button.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Frankie could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
That is classy.
No chance of going in.
He has this for eagle. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
Finishing hole here at Wolf Creek is only 307 yards. Frank, where's the trouble here?
Short and to the right of this par 4. Really, there's a multitude of options off this tee. You could hit an iron, you could hit a fairway wood. Even some might try and hit a driver, but that's a little too risky. There's too many problems up ahead if you try and take this hole on. Really a short club off the tee, leaving yourself some area of 100, 70 yards, and you're going to be putting for birdie more often than not.
Frank, it's one thing to jumpstart your round. This would ignite the round.
Yeah, you don't normally see 2 par 5s back to back, so the chances of having consecutive eagles is so rare. How did that not go in?
Frank, you hate to miss it from that distance.
More than a setback there.
Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
Shout out to this instrumental sounding like Iron Man and Avengers theme music. Alright. CBT Naruto. Over and out.